Hi, I am Cami from the blog and YouTube channel Tidbits. Now today I want to share a major house update. We've been working hard on finishing our master bathroom, and if you've ever lived with one bathroom for 6 people, you know why this space became a top priority. Now I want to show you our complete building process, from building the walls, installing the marble tile, the trim, the finish work, and more. I can't wait to show you the results so far, even if we're not entirely done yet, but this space is definitely what my marble dreams are made of. If you didn't catch my blog post sharing the design plans for this space, you'll want to know that the theme is marble and gold. I feel like it's such a timeless combo, and one that I chose because I don't plan on redoing this bathroom for many years, if ever. So first of all, a disclaimer, this post and video is sponsored by Floor and Decor, which is such an honor for me because I have chosen so many of their products for our old home and this new home. Now, if you've never been to a Floor and Decor storefront, you'll be absolutely amazed by the huge selection of flooring and tile that they have. It's the best I've ever seen, and the prices are incredible. And if you love marble like I do, you are going to get a really good idea of the mini Carrera marble options that they have just by seeing what we've put into this bathroom space. I'll be sure to share links to all the products that we used in my blog post, which I will link to below. Let's first take a look at this room before our recent work and when it was just sheetrock. It's really not a huge bathroom space, measuring at just 12 feet by 5 feet. But being on the smaller side for a master bathroom, it allowed us to do tile work that we might not normally be able to afford to do if it were much bigger. So don't lament your small spaces. They can often allow you to do more creative designs because you can get away with using less product and still make a unique statement in your room. Now, one of the first things we did was build up a half wall to frame in the shower a bit more. I really love the idea of a tiled wall, so Mr. Tidbits framed it up with some wood studs and then added cement board, which would provide the surface for the tile. On the inside of that half wall, we added a shelf cubby, which was really easy to do with this plastic mold that we picked up from Floor and Decor. Next up, my husband built our own custom shower pan or shower floor. Now this involved laying down a super thick plastic shower liner and a sandy mortar mixture. He was sure to slope it slightly so the water would drain appropriately. We decided to begin laying the bathroom flooring tile down first. Now I selected a 3 by 9 inch piece of Carrera marble for the flooring. Now Kevin first laid down the thinset in small sections and then began installing the tile at an angled herringbone pattern, much to his chagrin. This pattern is certainly trickier than others, but I have just always loved the look of marble installed in a herringbone pattern. This might be the last time I talk him into this, but it was so worth it. As he made progress, I knew it was going to look amazing. We ended up using tiny spacers so we would just have minimal grout lines throughout the tile. Once the flooring was dry enough to walk on, he began installing the tile for the walls. Now, I opted for a Carrera marble tile measuring 6 by 12 inches for the walls. We installed it in a much simpler staggered brick style. We went up about halfway up the walls with this tile and all the way up on the wall in the shower area. It went pretty quickly, and the trickiest part was cutting around outlets and plumbing and fitting the tile for the inside shower cubby. Once that was all done, the shower pan was dry enough to install the tile there. Now I picked out a meshed together hexagon pattern for the shower floor. Kevin made sure he measured and cut the pieces to fit the spot before he began laying them down. Then he would fold them over on each other, add the thinset in small sections, and just carefully lay down the mesh pieces. Now they can be tricky to work with, or so he says, and a little messy, where there are so many crevices for the thinset to squeeze out of. He did end up having to chisel some of the dried thinset out of the cracks before he could actually grout it. Part of our process also included cutting into our sheetrock to add a little bit of an arch shelf to the space, which will be great for storing pretty bathroom supplies. One of my favorite finishing touches in this room is the marble baseboard. Now, we didn't need a ton of it, but it looks so incredible. It's super easy to install with some silicone super glue, and then you just press it in place. Now, at this point, we also installed some beadboard to the remaining walls above the marble tile, and then added some nice, thick, chunky wood trim. And with the beadboard in, we could install this beautiful piece of marble chair rail to finish off the edge of the marble wall throughout the bathroom. Just like we did the baseboard, you just glue and stick it on. Then, as recommended at Floor and Decor by a tile worker, we used a stone sealer to seal the porous marble stone before we grouted the tile. Now, stone sealer is very fumey, so if you use it, be sure to open all the windows and doors in the room. So with this sealer completely cured, we can then grout all the tile. It took my husband most of a day for that job. I did opt for a pure white grout. Once the grout was dry, I scrubbed it down really well before we applied our final coat of stone sealer to all the tile and grout. Now, the results for all this hard work is absolutely beautiful. We have a lovely tiled bathroom, all ready for vanity, fixtures, and decor. We ordered a large custom cut mirror and ended up installing some of the chair rail tile around the mirror to frame it. I love how it looks. So seamless with the rest of the room. We painted the beadboard in the color Aria by PPG Paints. I've always wanted to try this white, and I think it's the absolute best color to go with Carrara marble. It's a white that feels both warm and cool somehow, and it really complements the grays in the Carrara marble. I painted the beadboard and all the trim this same color. Now, the baseboard looks so good after it was grouted, and it makes such a lovely finish. We opted not to wrap it in the shower since there will be a break with the glass door anyway. The half wall turned out great, and I think it'll be the perfect place to install a lovely gold towel rod, which is easy to reach from the shower. The arch turned out great as well, and I can't wait to decorate it. He ended up sheetrocking around the arch and then just tiled the inside of it with the same tile as we used for the shower floor. Now, here is a look at the shower cubby and bench. We used a solid slab of marble remnant that we had left over from other projects to just cover the bench. He just finished grinding down the edge, and we will just buff out any marks that are left over from that process. We've installed the gold shower faucet already, and I love how it looks with the marble. We also added a marble soap shelf, also from Floor and Decor. We actually forgot to put this in when he was doing the walls, so we had to chip out a couple of pieces and put them back in, but it still turned out great. Here's a look at the shower floor. I loved the mesh tile for the shower floor because it molds so well with the slope. You can hardly tell the floor is sloped at all. I love the results of the herringbone pattern in the bathroom floor and how it adds some nice angles to an otherwise very boxy room. I also love the flooring transition from our bedroom to the bathroom. The bedroom flooring is an engineered wood flooring, which I also found on Floor and Decor a while back. The white oak with the marble, I think, is such a lovely combination. I hope you enjoyed watching our process and seeing the results from our DIY marble installation project. I simply cannot wait to start pulling it all together, and I'll be back to share the final reveal with you. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch my video. If you're not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, I would love to have you do that. If you are a big-time DIYer as well, I'll include a link below to one of my most popular DIY guides. It's called A Complete Guide to Painting a Room. Now, that wraps it up for today. Be sure to check out the rest of my videos in my playlist all about building our new pole barn home. And then just come back for more inspiration for do-it-yourself living.